Coming up on Mountain News this morning, looking for something to do? Well, Floyd County may have the answer soon after new funding found its way to the area. And one university in Appalachia earned an honor among Apple as the school was recognized for its use of technology.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. I'm Madison Carmouche. We are inching up to 6 o'clock this Friday morning, and we are so excited for the weekend. So let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge, and maybe he'll give us a glimpse at his happy dance.
That's only between the cousins, though. 55 outside our door. You had to be with us last hour to find out about the happy dance. More about that next week. Low clouds and fog developing from Perry County back into the Cumberland Valley, northern Tennessee. So that, lasts up until about 8 a.m. and then it burns off. Then the question is, how quick does the cloud cover come in from the south and west? Temperature-wise, well, this isn't too bad. Yeah, we're running a little bit below average in spots. We are at average right now. 62 in Jackson, 59 Harlan, 59 at the London Corbin Airport. Cool at Clintwood. At 49, you should make way into the high terrain. All right, satellite weather composite. Nothing going on, minus the low clouds and fog, the localized stuff that has developed. That'll burn off by about 8, 9 o'clock. And then we start to see the increase of cloud cover midday through the afternoon. Best way to phrase today, a mixture of sunshine and clouds and a high in hazard up to 84. We hold off the rain through 5 p.m. How about for high school football on your Friday night? We'll let you know, and we'll look at the bus stop as well. More about your first alert forecast coming up in moments. Madison?
Thanks, Tim. Yesterday, Governor Andy Beshear gave an update on how communities are recovering after flooding hit eastern Kentucky more than 2 years ago. Governor Beshear says there's still a need for permanent housing in areas that are out of flood zones. The governor updated the progress on 7 high-ground communities across 4 counties. The projects will create more than 500 new homes on top of the private developments already in the works.
I traveled around the region recently, and what I saw were signs of hope. Communities and families building back stronger, and just like from day one, neighbors helping neighbors to overcome the challenges that they face.
The governor also announced another $9 million in SAFE funds are going to western Kentucky communities that were hit by the 2021 tornadoes. The governor also highlighted projects receiving funding from Kentucky's Community Development Block Grant Program. That includes $1 million for the city of Moorhead to build 40 new affordable apartment units. The Magoffin County Fiscal Court will also use more than $1 million to help extend public water service to 62 homes for the first time. The Floyd County Fiscal Court is working to reinvigorate a community space. The building that houses the Floyd County Community Center in Martin has been open for more than 50 years, though it has seen a few updates over the years. Now, new funding has been secured to revitalize the building inside and out. Judge Executive Robbie Williams says the new upgrades are not only needed, but necessary to keep the center operating for the community.
We're excited. When we first came into office, we went in and we sort of pieced everything together to make it work, and it was good for the time. But hopefully we can make these improvements and upgrades, and this is something that'll last for another 50 years.
The center is used for a variety of things, from flood recovery efforts to community gatherings. Healthcare workers are working to raise awareness about behavioral health throughout the month. According to the CDC, more than half of Americans will experience a mental health condition in their life. Last night, Baptist Health Corbin held a candlelight vigil dedicated to those impacted by things like depression, substance use disorders, and suicide. They also work to connect people to mental resources.
Most people are impacted by some form or fashion. Everybody has stress every day, and how do you deal with that stress and not letting it get to a point that you can't manage it? And those resources are there to help you manage that stress.
People who were at the vigil last night honored their loved ones and offered support to anyone who was struggling.
Good Friday morning to you, and check out the satellite radar composite. Not checking out much, right? Everything is low clouds and fog. That's not going to be picked up on the imagery right now unless you had a different version to be able to check out. But basically the gist, high pressure's on top of us, calm winds, and the reason why, we got some low clouds and fog developing. We're at 55. Temps rise a few degrees over the next couple of hours, and once the sun really starts to do its work, we see a rapid rise up close to 80 by the time we get into the lunch hour, and heading home this afternoon up to 85. Things a little warm at the beginning of high school football. They cool off nicely, but the question is, can we keep it rain-free? Those questions or that question answered with your First Alert 7-day forecast coming up in a few moments. Madison?
All right, hopefully no rain tonight for our ARH game of the week. The University of Virginia's College at Wise was named an Apple Distinguished School earlier this year for their use of technology in the classroom. WYMT's Austin Hicks tells us how the title will help the university and its students connect with outside resources.
UVA Wise has always strived to be ahead of the technological curve. In the fall of 2019, the university implemented its Innovate to Elevate program, which gives incoming freshmen iPads. This came right before the COVID-19 lockdown, which forced professors and students to learn in new ways.
Learning doesn't exactly have to be how we expect it to look. I think that's the phrase. But that was really exciting for me because I'm always trying to innovate and bring new ways of teaching into the classroom, and to get that kind of feedback from students that yes, it was effective, that really makes a difference.
The program continues today, and Apple Distinguished Educator Donald Sora says the new way of learning has greatly impacted student success.
But it really allows us to connect with other similar institutions who are innovative as well and who have similar goals and aspirations. And it provides opportunities through Apple for us to receive professional development and to receive additional resources.
The title is not just for show, but it is also an open door to future growth through networking with other Apple Distinguished schools.
Just allow our students to experiment and see what's going to be out there. They have to develop that ability to be flexible in their learning and to continue their personal and professional development so they continue growing so that they can be more efficient and more effective in the workplace using technology.
Sora believes that the program will prepare students for future success, and the university will continue to utilize technology in the classroom. In Wise, Virginia, Austin Hicks, WYMT Mountain News.
Sora was the only educator in Virginia to be awarded the Apple distinction this year, and hopes more educators will be recognized for the honor next year. Well, thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. A surprise guilty plea in Hunter Biden's tax evasion case. Why the president's son made the last-minute move.